Alice McCollum often stood out during her lengthy judicial career as the only woman in the room or the only black person, and sometimes both. Quite the opposite of how her life began.
I grew up in Durham, North Carolina, and during the Jim Crow era, I went to all black schools, elementary, junior high, and high school.
Though her parents were professionals, both with master's degrees, she learned at an early age that being black meant different treatment.
You could go to, what was it then, Woolworths. You could purchase, but you couldn't eat at the lunch counter.
And when her family made the long drive to visit relatives in Oklahoma,
We could stop for gas, but you couldn't use the restroom.
McCollum went to college at the integrated UNC Greensboro and for the first time in her life had white teachers. She remembers one in particular who taught health. The lesson was about diet.
Negroes like to eat ham, sweet potatoes, cornbread, fried something else she named, blah, blah, blah. I was the only African-American student in that class. And she says to me, "Don't they, Alice?" And being the kind of person I am, I said, "I don't know. You'd have to ask somebody else because I don't like anything you just named."
Her boldness, combined with her love of learning, took her to a summer program taught by black law professors. It opened her eyes to what she says were laws enacted to keep African Americans in their place. She accepted a scholarship to the University of Cincinnati Law School, where she encountered more discrimination.
It was during the Vietnam War, so then you have sexism, racism, who knows the difference, They didn't want you there because they said you're taking up a spot for some man who had to go to Vietnam because you took the spot to come to law school.
And when, as a brand new lawyer, she experienced discourteous treatment from a judge, that sealed her next goal. At just 31, she was appointed to the Dayton Municipal Court.
Initially, when I was on the bench, because I was so young and I was African American and woman, I would get disrespected by white male lawyers appearing in front of me. I just said to myself, well, I have the last word. Why would you want to disrespect the judge?
She presided there for 24 years and sometimes saw defendants facing charges she believed were unfair, such as jaywalking.
The police had a nickname for me. It was called Let 'Em Go, Alice O. Because I just listened to everybody's story, and if I thought, this doesn't sound right, or I think the police overstepped their bounds, I'm going to find a person not guilty.
Despite that, she had positive relationships with police. She was the judge homicide detectives sought out in the middle of the night to sign search warrants. And when McCollum campaigned for probate court because she needed a new challenge, she realized she'd made a difference in people's lives.
Thank you for sending me to rehab. Thank you for sending me to get my GED. Thank you for sending me to jail. Thank you, thank you. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I should not win this. Maybe I shouldn't go to probate court. Maybe I need to stay where I am because I'm obviously making an impact and improving people's lives, which is what I really wanted to do in the first place.
The last 18 years, she's been removed from the criminal side of law, dealing with estates and wills and what she calls people fighting over other people's money. The fun part has been approving adoptions.
This adoption is hereby final. That's the great thing that we do here, connecting families. I handle those on Friday mornings. To end my week on a high note. It's wonderful.
It troubles her to see racism still exist, and she implores young people, especially those of color, to get an education and study hard.
It's like find something that you have a passion for and do it well so that you can succeed and feel successful. I think part of achieving is feeling like you're achieving. It's like feeling like you belong.
Alice McCollum certainly found a way to belong, and as she exits the bench, she leaves the community with this message.
I am grateful for the people of Montgomery County for giving me the opportunity to serve. That's all I wanted to do, is serve the community to make it a better place for everyone.